Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So today I am doing, yes, I'm going to do another coaster pour. I hope you're not getting bored with them. I'm still trying to um, learn how to do the blooms, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. So I'm going to keep trying. The other reason is I just moved my craft room slash office from the basement to upstairs a couple days ago, and I haven't had a chance to unpack everything. So I don't know where half. I know well, I know where my molds are, but they're all packed away. So I'm very short on molds, and this is one I chose to do. The other thing I want to say, I want to throw out a huge thank you to everybody who chooses to watch my videos and to subscribe to my channel. Uh, Today I looked and I was up over 300 subscribers, and you guys brought tears to my eyes. I go in, I love to read the comments. I just love to hear all, like, it's such a great community. With all the people who have nice words to say, even though the pieces may not be, the best. You guys still have nice things to say, and I can't say how much I appreciate everybody here. Starting up a YouTube channel is a little scary. I was a little worried that, people may not be the nicest um, if they didn't like what you made. So, but you know what? This group definitely have not seen any of that. So, thank you once again. I can't say how much from the bottom of my heart that I appreciate you choosing to watch my videos. Okay, so I have mixed up my resin. I'm using the Let's Resin 1-to-1, and I must say, guys, I really like this resin. It seems to mix up nice and clear. Now I know I used to always I'd put my A and B into a cup, and then I would put both cups into some warm water to let the resin warm up a bit. I don't have to do that as much now that I'm upstairs because it's much warmer up here. I still did it tonight. Probably didn't need to, but that really does help with bubbles. If you do struggle with bubbles, that's definitely something that you should do. Check the temperature of your A. You don't have to check the temperature of both, but if your A, my suggestion is your A should be at least 25 degrees, and if it's not, that's when you're going to want to put it in a warm bath if you're worried about how bubbly it is when you first mix it up. Okay. And the other thing, because I can't find normally I measure my resin by weight, but I can't find my scales put away. So I have these little cups with the ridges on them, and all I did was mark the same ridge on each cup and poured up to that where I marked with the black marker. Made it very simple. Made it very simple to pour by volume doing that. Okay. The other thing I'm changing up, I'm only going to use my alcohol inks. These are the cheaper ones I got off Amazon. I've used the Brea Reese ones a couple times, the last couple times. I think they're a little strong. I think they kind of take over, especially this color, the magenta. I find it really just takes over too much. So I think the Brea Reese is probably good, but I think for what I'm doing, I find them too strong. The other thing I'm going to try a little bit different is I'm going to try a couple with just two colors instead of one. And I'm going to try one with a black. Now, it could just be horrible. It may be, I don't know. I'm just trying it out. So I'm going to try black with the pink. The pink may just disappear, may turn gray. I don't know. But we're going to find out together what a black and pink looks like. So I'm going to and I know when I add the white, it's going to be gray, but I'm still hoping it has some color from the pink. So I'm going to put the pink in the middle, and I'm going to put the black around the edge. So I'm going to start with that one, with the black and the pink. Now, I did let my resin get up to 33. It probably went a little higher than that, just based on the fact that I was yammering with you guys. My black has not been used before, so I need to go grab a pin. I'll be right back. Okay, I put the hole in it. Now, some of you may be screaming at me through the screen saying, don't use black, it's going to turn out terrible. That's possible, but I still want to experiment, so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to put black in this one. And I'm only going to use the two colors in this one, the black and then the pink. Let me quickly try to get that pink into the middle before it closes up. Pink, 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 pink. I put more pink than I normally would because I want it to show through. So that's only two colors I'm using in that one, black and pink. All right. Now, for this one, I'm going to use three colors. I'm using a green, a light blue, and a violet. So the other thing you want to think about when you're choosing your colors, and I don't have a color wheel, but I brought one up on Google, is some colors are tricky to match up with. I find yellow, green, that they don't turn brown on you. So I went and looked to see if I use green, can I use violet with it? And the color wheel said blue, and then of course blue goes with violet. So that's the order I'm going to do these in. I'm going to go with green, violet, and blue. Violet is going to go in the middle. I'm going to have to do something. Some of these don't. Oh, well, darn. That just came squirting out on me. I was about to say I'm going to have to do something with these because they're not coming out very well. And that's what happens when you have to give them a little bit of a squeeze sometimes. They just come shooting out. So I'm going to take my pin. I'm just going to re-puncture my blue. I think just if they've been sitting for a bit and not been used, this gets dried up in the nozzle a bit. When I'm puncturing them, I always put like a baby wipe around the lid because you gotta be careful. It will spray at you when you pull your pin out if you're not careful. All right, so I'm going to put the blue in between the purple and the green. Okay, not sure about this one. That black is crowding in there, but the pink's keeping its own, so that's good. All right, so the next one I'm doing in, let me see, sapphire blue, green, and orange. So similar to this, a little bit darker colors. So for this one, why don't we reverse it? Let's do green in the middle. And we'll follow that with we'll do the orange on the outside. With the last pour when I did the orange on the outside, that was my favorite one out of all of them. It just seemed to mix nicely with the white and actually gave me those blooms that I was looking for, kinda. All right, and then we're going to just put a little bit of sapphire blue in between. This is one that squirted out at me. No, that was the purple. This one's still not working well, even though I repunctured it. Come on. You can do it. So I did touch the resin with my tip. I'm going to have to wipe that down. Make sure there's no resin on there. But, oh, there we go. Okay. I'm going to do just a little bit of blue there. And then this last one, I'm only doing in the two colors. So I'm going to do it with the blue and the peach. So I'm going to do peach in the middle, blue around that, and then peach again on the outside. Peach. Actually, I'm going to do my peach on the outside while I'm here. So last night, I went and saw a concert with a friend of mine, my best friend. We're both in our 50s, so we went to see Loverboy and Foreigner. And I have to say, Foreigner was amazing. I mean, those guys are in their 60s, and they just sounded so good. Now, I was talking to my dad earlier today, and he's like, I don't know who either of those bands are. So it's more my type of generation. That blue really takes over. Holy, that's the other thing. Like you'll find with these inks, even though they're all the same brand, um, some of them have different reactions than others. So I'm actually going to do another Dobby of peach in the middle just to. All right. So our next thing is I need to mix up my white. As usual, I'm using the Cast and Craft. Still don't have my piping bags out, so I'm going to use a sandwich bag again today. I do recommend a piping bag if you have one. It is easier to control. And also, like I normally do, I'm going to start off with the 2 drops. Better start with less, and then you can add more. 2 drops. I'm going to give this a mix, and then we'll see. We don't want it to be opaque, and I can feel how warm that resin is in there. We don't want it to be opaque, but you do need enough that it's going to interact with the alcohol inks. Okay, so you guys can see on my blue stick, I'm going to actually add 1 more drop of the Cast and Craft. So 3 drops. That's what I used last time as well. The only thing I found last time what I did struggle with is the using the sandwich bag. So I'm just going to give this a good mix and put it in my sandwich bag. Okay, so I got my white into the sandwich bag. I always find it hard to actually be able to show you guys how much I snip off because I just can't. I have to have it close to my face to see it, my eyes. What I mistake I normally make with these is I snip too much. So, can you guys see? Let's hope. I'm going to snip off just. I'm going to snip off just a little bit. Hopefully, that's just a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, then bring these back over where you guys can see it. Of course, I have to switch hands because I have to cut with my right hand, but I also need to do the mixture with my hand. Right. Stumbling on my words. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this guy. We're just going to do our normal around dealio. Okay, same with this guy. I apologize. I know when I do that one, you guys cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to do the same with this one. And I'm sure there's people out there that probably got these, relatively quickly, but I've done a bloom pour probably 12, 13 times. Well, if I count each time I do one of these, 4, even more than that. And I still haven't got that method down yet. I think in my opinion, this is one of the most difficult techniques to master. And I think there's just so many variables that can impact it. The temperature of your resin, the strength of your alcohol inks, the how big the tip is on your white, how much cast and craft or how much white pigment you put in. It's just a laundry list of things that can impact what it turns out like. Okay, so their next step is I am going to do the pull throughs in the resin. So I'm going to find my little tool and we'll get started with that. I like to use this guy with the pointy end, the silicone, but these work. Whoops, sorry, these little things work as well. Heck, I mean, you could even use your popsicle stick if you needed to, but I like this. So Let me start with, and how you do these pull throughs also makes a difference, I find. Let me give you an example from the last one. Like this one here was actually the nicest out of the bunch, but I didn't like how this pulled through. It, I pulled from the center out. I guess I went too far with it, and I just didn't like how it looked. So that makes a difference too. But hopefully together we will get this. So I'm going to pull out, and then I'm going to slice it again, but pull in. So we're going to be careful not to touch the edge of your mold, or sorry, the bottom of your mold. So you kind of have to judge. Okay. And what I want to do is pull it through that white to get the bloom, that feathering effect going. And then I'm going to pull it in. So I'm going to pull the clear in. And through, again, hopefully to get that bloom started. Okay, so there's that one. And tonight I'll remember, but I'm not going to do it now. I find if you twirl, first of all, if you twirl too much, your whole bloom will go into like a twirl, like I don't remember what you call it, like a windmill type of twirl. So you got to be careful not to twirl like too much, not twirl, yeah, twirl too much. And you probably want to let it stiffen up a bit so to prevent that from happening as well. Stiffen up, I mean, thicken up a bit. Just tumbling all over my words tonight. Before, so I would come back, depending on the resin you're using, right? It does matter on how quickly your resin thickens up when you would come back and do that. So I just see a hair there, so I'm going to take it out. So we're going to do the same with this one. I'm going to pull out. See how that pink through? I'm hoping when that on the other side, that doesn't take over. Okay, and then I'm going to pull in. Now, these are fairly small coasters. I've seen people do like the pull out in like 8 times and still do the pull in. I think that these coasters are a little small for that, so I'm just doing the 8, like 4 out, 4 in. All right, let's do this one. Cannot believe that it is almost August already. Why do our summers seem to go so quickly? I'm going to smooth that out a bit. It was kind of a blob. Just going to smooth it out. And then I'm going to bring this in. Okay, one more. And I am taking my time with these more so than I've done in the past as well. I'm just learning as I go. Seriously, folks. But I promise you tomorrow I will not make you sit through another coaster bloom pour. I will go find some of my molds and we'll try something new. I think what I want to try is the Keurig cup holder I really want to get that done and put it in my kitchen. All right, that my is it for now. So I'm going to actually set the timer on my watch, and I'm going to um, come back in to swirl the centers, and I will bring you back on camera while I do that. Oh, look at that pink. What if this turns out and the pink and black don't like get too mixed up together? I think that might be like really pretty. All right, guys, I will see you in a bit. All right, I'm back. It's been 20 minutes, and I just came in and I just checked how thick this is, and I think it's thick enough. It kind of, when you stick your thing in it, it kind of, the string pulls up with it, string of resin. So let's go ahead and do this now. I had mentioned earlier about not overdoing it because it will take, I find it just takes the whole thing and turns it to like a pinwheel. So I want to avoid that. So I'm going to try to not do it too much to hopefully avoid that happening. That's the hope. Okay, let's see what they look like tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Hey everybody. All right, it's time to demold. So, hey everybody. All right, it's time to demold. So, hey everybody, welcome back. So, our coasters have set. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to start with this one. I'm very interested to see how this little pink and black one turned out. And I did bring in a piece of black paper because I had a viewer ask that I put them against a darker surface so you guys could see them easier. So let's so the center needs to be improved. I do see where the bloom happened on the outside. I do like that. I like these colors. I would definitely use the black again. It didn't turn gray. It kept its separation from the white and from the pink. I just need to work on these center colors and the center itself. So we're getting there. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy. Let me bring you up. Ooh, now this one I like. I have a little white blob there, but definitely see the bloom. I like how the colors mix together. I do still I need to figure out how to do that twirl better so that it doesn't twirl the whole flower, but just in the center. So I'll have to focus that on that with the next one. But this one, I'd probably give it maybe a B, B minus. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. So same issue with the center. I find those darker colors really take over. I do like the pink in this one. I like it with the blue, but I think I like a lighter blue. I do see the bloom. So I don't know if I need to maybe add, more petals in, or maybe something I'll play with. Uh, but I like that. I think I'm not sure. I like this one better, but I do like this. Okay, and our last one is the one with the oranges. Ooh, I love that orange in the bloom. I used it because that's the same one I used in this one last time, and I liked how it turned out. I like this one even better. I do like the lighter colors in the middle. I do need to work on see how I can get that to kind of twirl in the middle better. And But other than that, and maybe I would, instead of pulling in here, maybe pull out to add more petals. But that one I think I like the best out of all of them. So we're not there yet, but definitely seeing improvements from, past past petal pours. It is getting better. I'm going to reiterate what I said, earlier. I mean, for me, this has been the one that's been the most difficult to actually get. So, um, anyways, guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.